Hey, I'm James from Iconic, and I'm going to show you how you can add swatches to your WooCommerce variable products. By default in WooCommerce, variable product options are shown as simple dropdowns. Depending on the theme you're using, you're very limited in terms of what you can do to style these. As you can see, it's not the best user experience for your customers, and I think we can do a lot better. To create the best experience for your customers and to increase the chance of them buying from you, you should consider changing these product dropdowns into image and color swatches. To achieve this, you'll need the plugin WooCommerce Attribute Swatches from Iconic. By using attribute swatches, you'll be able to display color swatches like this, image swatches, text buttons, and even radio buttons. On top of that, you can add fees to each of the attributes selected. This makes creating variable product pricing a lot easier. When you have swatches like this installed, your customers will be able to quickly click through the product options and be able to see the final product that they want to buy more quickly. Allowing them to get to the final product more quickly means they're more likely to make a purchase. On top of that, using WooCommerce Attribute Swatches, you can add those swatches to the catalog page. As you can see with this product, Ship Your Idea, we've got two color options available, black and green. If we click green, we can change the image directly in the catalog view. You can also change these to link through to the product and pre-select the green option. Finally, you can replace the default attribute filters with the color swatches that you've selected. This allows your customers to filter your products in a more visually appealing way. So now you know the full power of what WooCommerce Attribute Swatches can do for you, let's take a look at how we can get it installed. So first of all, you want to install WooCommerce Attribute Swatches. It's a premium plugin available on iconicwp.com, and I've left a link in the description of the video. There's also a link in the video description which details how to install and activate a plugin purchased from Iconic, so take a look at that as well. Now once it's installed, you'll be redirected to the product settings page, which looks like this. So from here you can manage your account, access support and things like that, and you've also got this style tab which determines the style of your swatches. There's a tick style and a border style, and we'll leave it as default, which is the border style at the moment. And you can see here you can also enable an accordion display, which I'll come back and show you a bit later. So once you've got it installed, let's take a look at what a variable product looks like at the moment before we've configured anything. So I already know that this hoodie product is variable. And you can see here we can choose a color and we can choose whether there's a logo displayed, like so. Now it would make sense for us to change the color attribute to color swatches. So what we have to do is go to the Products tab, go to Attributes, find the color attribute, and click Edit. Now you'll see here on the Attribute Edit page that we've got this new option, Swatch Type. So here we'll click Color Swatch. We can determine the shape, the size, so we want round 30 by 30, whether you want to display tooltips or not, and we'll say yes. Show swatch in catalog, we'll say yes. You can then choose the catalog swatch method, so whether clicking a swatch links you to the product or changes the product image, and we'll go with change product image. The overflow options, so if your swatches run off past one single line, you can choose to enable a slider, or if you choose single line, it will add a little plus icon which then expands the remaining swatches. We'll stick with stacked for now, which means they'll just stack up on top of each other. You can choose whether to show these swatches in the filter, and these will work with the default filter widgets from WooCommerce, which you can find under Appearance Widgets. And you can also group these swatches, so you could have colors which are perhaps a different material or maybe a different fabric. So you could have two fabric types, leather and cotton, and your leather option could have red and your cotton option could have red. And the grouping aspect of attribute swatches allows you to separate those into two different groups. So once configured, we'll click Update, and we'll go back to the Attributes section. And now that we've set it to enable color swatches for these attribute terms, we can go to configure terms. And you can see here we've got some preset and they show up in the swatch column, but we can go in and edit these. So if we click on edit blue, we can then choose a color swatch and we can update that. We'll go back here, we'll edit the gray one. And you can work your way through these colors and assign a color that you prefer. So there we go. We've assigned colors to each of these attributes. And now if we load the hoodie page again, you can see that those color swatches are visible here. So we can choose blue and we can choose yes to having a logo. And you can see that the Attribute Swatches plugin automatically disables options that aren't available. So we don't have green or red options available with our logo yes option, so they're grayed out. You can still click them and it will reset this, so you can choose no. But what if we want to have products which don't necessarily follow the same style as the color options that we've already set for the color attribute? Well, if you go to edit the product, so we've gone to products and we're editing the hoodie product, you can see there's a new swatches tab down here. Now from here we can override those default settings. So if we wanted to use a different swatch type for the product color option on this particular product, we can change that on a per product basis. So maybe we want to use different color swatches, or possibly we want to change it to image swatches instead of color swatches. We can do that here. I'll demonstrate that by changing the logo attribute to use text swatches. And again, you get some options based on what you choose here. So you can choose to show them in the catalog and we'll say no for that. And you can change the overflow style. I'll update that product, come back here and refresh. And so now you can see here that the logo options have been changed into text swatches. Now something else that we enabled while we were creating the color swatches was the ability to show those swatches in the catalog. So if we come back to the catalog page, you can see those swatches appear here. And we had set them to change the image once clicked. So you can see if you click any of these swatches, the image changes to the first variation that the swatches plugin finds and uses that image. And like I said, you can change these to link through to the product with that option pre-selected as well. Now, the other great thing you can do with the WooCommerce Attribute Swatches plugin is to assign fees to the different attribute options. So for example, if the base price of our blue hoodie was £45, which you can see in the variations tab here, so we've got blue hoodie and it's set to £45, and that's when there's a logo assigned to it. What we can do is we can say that if someone selects logo yes, that we can add a £15 fee on top of the base price of the variation. So if we reload this hoodie page again, you can see the logo yes option has been given an additional fee of £15, which means that the final variation price is £60 instead of £45. This setup allows you to create very complex pricing structures without the need to create hundreds of variations to account for it. So we could have, just one variation configured here and change the prices based on the options that are selected. So let's go back and look at the accordion option that we saw right at the start. So we'll go to WooCommerce Attribute Swatches, we'll click on the Style tab, and we'll change Enable Accordion to Yes. If we refresh the product page now, you can see that the product options are converted into this accordion style. And you can expand it and choose your options like that. So if you have a lot of product options and you want to free up some of that space, maybe you want to bring your description higher up the page while still having the options accessible, the accordion option is a great solution to that. So that's it. You now know how to add attribute swatches to your WooCommerce store. Variable product customization and user experience are very important to the success of your WooCommerce store, and that's why we recommend installing attribute swatches. You can get a 14-day free trial by clicking the link in the description. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comments, and good luck!